I wasn't planning on making a video on this situation, but after seeing the leaked interview with Nikita, BSG has let me down for the last time. If you haven't been living under a rock, you should have heard about the whole Unheard Edition fiasco by now. If you haven't heard of it, let me break it down for you in under 10 seconds. You paid $250 for features nobody asked for or even want, and the only thing people did want, the PvE game mode, can only be acquired through paying the $250, so if you're EOD, you're not getting it. When the trailer first dropped, just seeing a scav vest as pockets was enough to tell me this package was pay to win, but I wasn't too upset, because BSG was always disconnected with their community. I thought their reaction to the upcoming community backlash will somehow rectify it. All they had to do was take the Unheard Edition off the market, let everyone who bought it keep it, give EOD users the PvE game mode, then revert all the pay to win elements and promise free future cosmetics to Unheard Edition buyers, like free hideout cat or dog for example. But seeing Nikita's initial response destroyed the little faith I had left for this company. Let's break this down point by point. Faster return of insured items. Nobody asked for this. This is an element that makes the game less hardcore. In fact, many didn't want insurance to exist at all. Increased personal trader buying limits. Another thing that makes the game easier. We wanted to remove global trader limits so a small percentage of the player base isn't hoarding all the ammo types. Decreasing personal scarcity is the opposite of what people wanted. Increased PMC karma. I have no opinion on this because we don't know how PMC karma is going to work yet. Access to unique hideout crafts, a pay to win element. Previously, buying standard edition means you can still have the same things as EOD. Now you've just created something that's insurmountable for standard players. Increased basic charisma skill. This is whatever because it doesn't compare to what's coming next. Special questline with increased pocket size. This is absolutely unhinged, especially considering the fact that you get it at level 1 in the Unheard Edition. Having two 1x1s that can hold mags means you can run a kit with lighter rigs or no rig whatsoever. You can min-max this while building your kit and put your PMC right under the overweight threshold, thus providing an inherent advantage in all PvP situations. You could wear better and heavier armor while still being underweight. That's insane and should never exist. Ability to skip 2 dailies for free, probably the least egregious next to charisma. Unique cosmetics, this is great and what people want. Unique legacy device. I don't even know what this is, but it might have to do with the Mark of the Unheard. It's a new item included with the new edition, which disables scav aggro within 60 meters. This is okay, because as an item it can be rebalanced unlike pockets. 6 months of high priority matchmaking. We don't know what this means yet, but if it means you can pay for Tarkov Prime and have priority during early wipe queue times, while standard edition users are going to end up queuing for over 40 minutes and not have your pay to win advantages, that sets an insane precedent for the game. And finally, access to PvE for only 6 months. To them, PvE isn't DLC, but to us, we've been lied to and cheated. No part of this solution is what the community wanted. All the pay to win elements are still there. And the PvE game mode that should be DLC is not included in the EOD package. Anyone with eyes can do a quick scroll through the front page of Reddit and instantly know why everyone is upset and what to do to fix the issues. This solution just proves that BSG does not care about what any of us thinks. What nailed in the coffin for me was when I saw Nikita's leaked interview. It's time to understand who are the true believers. Tarkov Wiki, Tarkov Market, Tarkov Guru, Tarkov Gunsmith. All free resources that people run and host with their own money to advertise your game and build your community for you while you sit back and reap money from players who buy the game for their friends or convince their friends to buy the game to play with them. BSG does not deserve a community that has been supportive enough to toss them $150 up front 7 years ago when their game was riddled with bugs and performance-wise borderline unplayable. Continuing with the leaked interview. Apparently, they're honest with the community. Off the top of my head, I can't recall any situation where they've been honest. Whether it's big, like the packet loss and audio pop bug that's plagued the game and the community for over a year, which magically gets fixed within a week of Pestily bringing it up. Or small, like the promise that they would remove sensitivity modifiers in-game, which by the way, a year later it's still there. And as recent as within this interview, the season pass line for EOD has been removed but can be found using Internet Archive. We didn't remove that, says Nikita. It's your site for your game. If BSG didn't remove it, then who did? Never once have I felt BSG putting money where their mouth was, so who knows what they're gonna cook up in the future. As I'm making this video, they've made a new update. TLDR, EOD is getting PvE mode, but at 1.0 release because at the moment they can't afford servers for it. So if we want to play it, they expect us to pay for it until 1.0. When it comes to pay to win, they said they'll balance it, but I don't see how they can balance the increased pocket size, and there's nothing in here that addresses the priority matchmaking thing. If they were honest with us in the first place, came out and admitted that Arena was a failure and a huge money sink, that they can no longer operate, so they'll allow us to pre-order Hideout Cat or some other cosmetics that are in the works. None of that pay-to-win garbage. Not only would they avoid this whole situation, they might actually make more money than whatever they've sold with Unheard Edition. I was actually working on a video about how they could fix Arena and revitalize the Arena player base, while giving incentive for Standard Edition owners to buy it. Going forward, I'll probably wrap up that video for EFT, but how much EFT I'll actually play will depend on how they manage this situation in the future. Grey Zone Warfare and Arena Breakout is looking really good right now. If I get codes for Arena Breakout next week, I will be streaming it, so be sure to tune into that. As always, thanks for watching. I'll end the video with this.
Публика волнуется. Говорят, грядет донат.
Я не знаю, откуда такие слухи вообще у людей.
Сами придумывают.
Это, мы многократно говорили то, что у нас не будет доната.
Почему?
Потому что нам не нравится донат. Все такие сейчас о или еще что-нибудь. Не верят люди, что мы хорошие. Мы как бы, мы реально хотим сделать